Good afternoon, or good evening, guys. We'll get started in just a second. Alright, so everything should be on YouTube. If you guys are watching YouTube, live stream should be up there. And we'll use the audio through here, through the Discord. So if anybody has any questions, we can start here in a couple minutes. I'm just getting a few things set up here. So. Tonight I'm just going to plan on going over the tick market model real quick, just some overviews I saw at the kind of the end of the day, maybe kind of what we might see moving forward into tomorrow. We'll pull up the ES real quick, kind of look at where we're at, and just kind of do a quick overview of a couple things. Yeah, the trade station after hours bell was pretty loud, so sorry about that. We'll wait till, I don't know, maybe 5, 7 after, and then we'll get started. So for anybody that's coming in into the Discord, the audio will work the same. We should have room for 100 people in there. Obviously, this is just our first kind of test run, so we'll see kind of how this works out. We got capped last week because we were streaming, so if we can stream on YouTube and then use the Discord audio, that'll make it much better. So. And this is automatically recorded through the YouTube Live, so this will be uploaded as soon as we're done with this, which is nice. And then we can do some after editing, hopefully. So.
Wow. And I set on True Delta 0 for XPXA 3480.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be doing the updating in the morning real quick because Paul's away, so we'll see. We'll see. It's probably going to be ugly, so. I know Taylor's out tonight and Paul's traveling, so he might try to log in here in a little bit, but this will just be a quick run and test run, and we'll see how everything works. So. Yeah, Dan, we'll go over that in just a minute. I know you had said something about that, so. Yeah, feel free to use the YouTube chat also. That comes across pretty quickly and well. Looks like we have a few second delay, so welcome, Jason. Awesome, great. If anybody's first time here, just let us know. Yeah, face with a name. I'm Heart Pumper, part of the GammaEdge team, Ohio State grad. I can give you a little bit of background. I'm in healthcare. Started trading. What is this? So 2003, I guess. Somewhere around 2005, I guess. Yeah, I wore the Ohio State for JV. He's one of our members. He's a Michigan fan, so had my money with the money manager at Schwab, and feedback loop. Okay, well, let me check. Okay, let me know if anybody else is hearing the feedback loop. I think I've got all the mics shut off, so. Ron, you may have two windows open. I know I unfortunately do that sometimes, so I'll have two window YouTube. I'll have it open, so. Okay, you said audio is good. Anyway, had money with Schwab in 2008. I probably shouldn't mention the name, but they just weren't really managing the money like I liked. And then obviously we know what happened in 2008. So decided to kind of do some studying and do some stuff on my own, and got into trading, and then just kind of everything else is history. I do some private education for traders off and on, and then got hooked up with GammaEdge here, and love the content and love the team and everything we're building here. So that's kind of where I'm at, and we are just trying to do some other things now. We're kind of moving up and out of our Discord. We have a website in the works, so everything will be web-based, which is an awesome tool coming. We can show you guys the Discord. Be happy for anybody to join it, but we got some really cool things in the pipeline that I think is going to expand our scope and bring a lot of people in. So anyway, with that, if anybody has any questions, but yeah, welcome everybody that's new. We're going to try to do these YouTube lives. We get to reach people that are not members, which I think is important, to get our content out and show everybody kind of what we're doing. And then if you want to take the 2-week free trial for GammaEdge, you can come in there. Everything's turned on. You'll be able to see all the channels, all the tools, all the data, anything you want, and then you can choose if you want to stay or however you want to do it. So, and we got a great customer service team that answers questions and gets you up and running. So and tries to get everybody profitable as soon as we can. So anyway, with that, I'm just going to go into the market model. This is our tick market model. This is kind of what we base all of our trading structure on. These ribbons, these colored ribbons, are the longer term moving averages. For the trend to be up, this red preferably needs to be over the cyan line. I can scroll back and show you guys one of those examples, but as of now, these are the long-term moving averages and everything is down. These are shorter term cumulative tick. We base kind of intermediate to swing trades on this. This would be our longer term model. This would be our shorter term model. When we start to see this cross these shortest term moving averages and cross back up into the ribbons, as soon as this starts crossing and going back up, we get shorter term signal turned on, and then we look for the CT and moving averages to go back through the colored ribbons. And then what we really look for is a total flip of this red over the cyan line, and that'll give us in the longest term trades. This has done extremely well for keeping us on the right side of trades so far through this whole downturn. We had a flip. I can go back and scroll back. I can't remember the exact date, but we had this ribbon flip that kept everybody out of the market, and then we continue to see this CT be under all the shortest term moving averages. And what we see today has happened. Basically, we were flat, kind of consolidation into FOMC, and then we tested on that bounce post FOMC into Jay Powell's news conference. We tested the shortest term moving average there and got rejected pretty quickly. So really, we don't do anything until we start crossing above these shorter term moving averages on the long side. And if you're playing the short side, you continue to stay short for our market model. Up here, we look to see what institutions are doing. This is obviously cumulative tick here. And what we saw were the new lows just completely outpacing and expanding the new highs right around 2 o'clock. So this is something to keep an eye on. We did have this shows us an institutional selling, a little bit of an uptick there, and then the institutional selling just took over into the evening and afternoon. So it's just important to watch. As you can see, the new lows past 5 days here, basically outpacing new highs. Institutional selling here, almost a linear down day here. This is considered a linear down day here. That's just total kind of institutional selling there. So we keep an eye on that and monitor that. So this is obviously the tick US, and I'll go over to the tick ARCX. And here's our tick ARCX. On that move up there in price, we did see a shorter term moving average cross here. So that was a shorter term signal. We do proceed with caution though, because we're under the longer term moving averages. Again, high risk and high prone to failure when you're under these moving averages. And then you can see what happened. We just quickly failed, moved back down, and then pretty much we've been under these shorter term moving averages the rest the rest of the time. And then, as I said, in FOMC, we had this short test here. Really showed weakness really quickly. We could not get above these shorter term moving averages, and then failed pretty miserably on down there. So I'll go over to Trading View here. So here's some ES Trading View charts. Obviously we're down 22 points after hours here. Kind of looking at this 3,700 area down below us. We'll see kind of how we come into here. 3850 was pretty important. 3,800 was another level we were watching on the Gamma PBI charts, and then 3,700 down here might be kind of our first target stop kind of into the end of the week. The main thing is that we've been in a long-term downtrend. We continue to be in a long-term downtrend. Nothing on the tick has said go long. We did get a short-term swing here of approximately 27 days on the tick. We were able to profit on that, but then quickly the tick rolled over. I can go back and show you what that looked like. So this was June and July, and then quickly into August 17th, we saw our tick model start to roll over and fail, and then we got a complete inversion on the long-term trades, so nobody has really been long, at least in the room. We've played a few long trades, but we know those are counter trend, but for the most part we've been short this whole kind of move down, as the tick has been our overriding market model that everybody is watching. So I'll go ahead and scroll back real quick. We'll look at the tick here, and we'll kind of see kind of what happened when we rolled over and where we're at. So here, oops, scroll back a little bit. So here's a tick that looks different than what condition we're in now. Obviously this was in June. The cyan line was above the red line. We did have some choppiness, but all the shorter term moving averages were above the ribbon also. And here was our flip inversion. This was, we started to get this roughly around June 10th, somewhere around in there. So we see these moving averages compress. Our CT, which is our shorting term tick for our swing and intermediate trades, started to fail. And then when we move below these colored moving average ribbons here, we really start to get the failure, and then we see the accelerate, and then we get this what we call linear down. This is kind of railroad track, is what our terminology is, and at that point the selling really kicks in, and you get this kind of just overall market institutional sell model, and then this continues on down. So as this continues on down, you're looking to move your stops down and be proactive with profit taking, as soon you'll start to see this cumulative tick base a little, and then you look to start taking profits as it flattens out and moves up above this. So this is what we saw, obviously into June 16th, 17th, and then on into June 17th right there, and then June 21st is we start to see this basing, the moving averages compress. We finally move above those shorter term moving averages, so this will start to turn a short to intermediate signal off. So you'll be looking to take profits, and you kind of get this price base, and then we start moving up above these shorter term moving averages. And so this actually turns off the short signal, and then actually starts a shorter term long signal if you choose to take it. Obviously we're under an inverted ribbon, as I spoke before, so a greater chance of failure there. And then we did get these railroad tracks up. Again, we're just into the moving average ribbon. This was into June 27th. So again, still proceeding with caution because we're not out of the woods yet. And then we start to get this compression and then roll over again, as we've seen, because the longer term moving averages, our longer term moving market model obviously is saying to be short. So. All right, that's kind of what I wanted to go over with that. If anybody has any questions, I'll go ahead and check the chat here. So, yeah, I mean, I see everybody posting in the chat there. Everybody has targets to the downside. I know Profit Tree in here has posted, many of his targets to the downside, which are much lower. He uses longer time frames. at this point, nobody really knows. I think that's the key for everybody. Is we're in a long-term downtrend. Our market model that keeps us on the right side of the trade is saying to be short or cash, depending on how you feel comfortable. And really, nobody knows kind of where we're going to be at the bottom of this. And I'm not going to move into any type of macro or political or anything like that. What's going on with the Fed? Obviously, they did status quo today, raised 3/4 of a point, which everybody was anticipating. So we'll see. For me, this low right here is going to be extremely important coming up, probably the next few days. If we get to that point, we'll see if buyers kind of step up and support this. And if not, and we get below this, then I think the selling will probably increase as the anybody that bought this dip right here, kind of dip their toe in the market, will probably be underwater and choose to start selling. So we'll see kind of how it looks. I think the good thing is if you come into Discord, we have some great tools. We track a lot of gamma stuff. We just track a lot of liquidity stuff. We track a lot of things that I think will give us an edge and help us keep us on the right side of the trade, depending on what your thesis is and how you want to trade. We have traders that do strictly directionals. We have traders that do spreads. We have traders that do diagonals. I mean, we have every flavor of options trader you can imagine, and then we have strictly index traders that just do directional trades also. So we have a whole gamut of traders that are using the GammaEdge data, I think, in a variety of ways to help them profit. So I think the main thing that we are preaching and telling everybody is just to manage the risk. Yes, we do have futures traders also. I forgot about that. We have everybody. So I mean, you have to manage your risk in this environment. I think everybody kind of got not lulled to sleep 2020, 2021. It was a pretty easy market environment, pretty easy environment to make money in. But as we've moved in, to 2022, it's become, harder penny environment. I know I've heard a few people say that, but it's a harder environment to make money for traders that have only been exposed to an up-only market. And so that's kind of what we've been working with in GammaEdge, is some traders that are coming in and, had a lot of success in 2020 and 2021 are kind of struggling in this 2022 environment. So we're kind of helping everybody stay on the right side of the market. So anyway, anybody has any questions about the market model or anything about the GammaEdge room, I'd be happy to answer it. Again, we just wanted to get on here and kind of do a test run of this YouTube live and kind of see how it works, and hopefully everything is working good, the audio is good, and everybody can see the charts and we can ask questions and interact. So we do have an Discord audio, so you can log into there. I can post the link. I think we sent it out, but you can log in there and turn your mic on and ask questions through it, or you can post in the chat, either way. So yeah, Silent Storm, I'll answer your question there. Basically, GammaEdge is a Discord website, a website up and coming. We track a lot of different options, the gamma side of options. I know that's kind of a buzzword that everybody's been saying. Everybody uses gamma kind of as an all-encompassing of all the Greeks of the options. But that's what we track. We track a lot of other components that are for members there in the Discord. So if you want to come in and take a trial, you'll be able to see everything. We have our tick market model in there. We have a great spreadsheet that one of our members has put together that keeps updated about where our GEX ratios are and lets us know kind of when we're reaching extremes in the market. We do have gamma scans. We have some proprietary stuff that we use for scanning to look for trade candidates that give us a market model edge. I think one of the things that we're doing that nobody else is doing is we have partnered with EdgeRater. Pretty sure I can say that. But we do a lot of back testing. This tick market model that you saw has been back tested, and we have results to show those. We've shown those to the members, and we've posted to everyone there, so they're able to see kind of what the drawdown is, kind of what the signals look like, and what the expected outcomes are for a whole gamut of signals and market conditions. So I think it's important. I think that's one thing we've done. And we do some great education. JB just posted in there. I agree, JB. Our education's kind of second to none, and we are actually putting together some more education stuff, and we're going to streamline it and make it easier for everybody to get to and be able to click through and be able just to kind of consume. I think that's our short-term goal, is to get the education up and running and a lot more accessible for people. And as we kind of learn how to what our target audience is, I think we'll be able to cater and kind of continue to focus on what our audience wants and give them that. So, okay, great. That's good to hear, Soundstorm. Yeah. So all this stuff on YouTube is obviously free. Paul posts the morning call. Taylor posts a market status. Obviously, it's delayed. The morning call is usually up in the morning. The market status is usually delayed. Or not delayed, but it'll be post-market. He'll give you an overview of what's going on in the evening and kind of where we're at. And I'm an individual trader educator. That's what I love to do. I love to help people become successful. So that's kind of where my goal is at, and that's why I'm kind of working on the education side and getting everything up and running there. So I think we'll have some good stuff coming out for members only, and then some other stuff that'll be also public accessible on YouTube. So I see Paul logged in there. I don't know if he wants to say anything, So anyway, great. Yes, Jason, we backtested 13 years. That's where we're at on the. Let's see. So 14. Let's see. Paul can answer that question. Is it all the way? Does it go to 2008, Paul, on the back testing?
No. I can only stay on for a little bit. Sorry, I can't. I'm on my phone here, so it's a little difficult here. But the back testing goes to 2013 for all the gamma. So we've got end of day gamma back to that time frame at the end of the day type of analysis capability. So all the gamma signals, so there's a lot of automation that's going on, and a lot of the levels in the signals we've been able to put a fair amount of back testing together using that, and then bring that into the Discord using the bots to keep track, to chart. I think I logged on just as you were describing, and I would say one of the things that probably for the question that came in that is probably a little different than some of the other places. Everything is we're trying to really focus on actionability, if that's a word. How do we make this stuff actionable? And so by giving you tools to drill into things, and then coupling that with some of the back testing that we're seeing for dealer response, and just these gamma levels, and where price bounces off these gamma levels, or how we play that is the real focus there. So.
Yeah, I agree. So Jason, I guess basically what I would say on the 07-08 market drop is we've seen market drops now. I can scroll back and show you basically from the top where we've been that how this structure and this thing will look, and we know what it looks like. We know what to look for. We know what institutional selling looks like. I think that's one of the great things about this, and the CT, which is the white ribbons, are a lot more shorter term. Obviously, I don't want to say they produce noise, because we watch those and they're very actionable, but those will start to turn down first. I can scroll back, and like I was showing you, those will turn down first. These longer term rainbow ribbons are longer term moving averages. So you will start to see those compress, and then eventually they will invert and flip over, And if you're a long-term trader, 401k, IRA, then that is the point where you would want to start looking to get into cash. And actually, even as this comes under these moving average ribbons, a lot of times we have members that already start moving portions to cash. But that depends, obviously, if you're able to do just how your IRAs are structured and your 401ks. You maybe only need to trade once a month, or however they're structured. But yeah, we're able to start seeing what's going on. And I think another thing is with the Gamma stuff that we track, we're able to start seeing how the institutions are positioning early on. Do we see a lot more puts going in, and where are those structured at? Nice cool thing that we have is Paul tracks the JPM hedges that they put on. So we have kind of goalposts and we have icebergs out there where we know that some of the major players are positioned. Yeah, we'll see you, Paul. No problem. Thanks, bud. Yeah, so we'll see where the institutions are positioned and playing, and then whenever we start to see price, get to those levels or move around those levels, and we start to see other institutions positioned, we're able to kind of stay ahead of the game and understand what's going on. I think one of the greatest things that we've seen is whether we're in a negative or positive gamma environment, it's kind of 50-50. And if we're in a negative gamma environment, we know what that is going to do to price, and we can anticipate. What dealers will have to do. We don't have absolutes, but we can anticipate how dealers will have to react to retail traders and institutions and everything that's going on there. So we can set up kind of an ABC type game plan and already kind of be ahead of the game and ahead of the ball, and kind of understanding where price may be going, and then we're ready to execute and do that. So anyway, great question, Jason. Good job. So I just put the Discord link in there, so that's for audio. If anybody does want to log in and talk, you can do that. That link will be active for 12 hours. So. Yeah, not sure anything else we need to cover, want to cover. I'll hang out for a few more minutes if anybody wants to talk about anything or ask any more questions. So welcome all new people that have logged in or watching this YouTube. So. Yeah, Jason, so if you go in there, you can do a trial of the gold membership. So all the tools will be turned on. Let me pull this. Yeah, all the tools will be turned on. You'll be able to access all the data. So. Yeah, let us know if you need anything or have any questions or difficulty getting in. But yeah, you can check it out. So. Ron, so good question. So I think you're asking on the PBI charts, is it showing negative gamma? Right. So puts, if you think about it in delta terms, right? The puts. I think what you're asking is, right, if they're open, they're moving you towards -1 basically is what Paul would say, right? If puts are opened, and if puts are closed, they're moving you back towards 0 or +1, and then calls being open would move you towards positive. positive one, and that's a simplistic explanation, but I think that's kind of what you're asking. So, Mike R, yes, all of the above. As of right now, depending on if you're on the short side, we have people that are doing short trades. Yes, we do all the above, daily, weekly, or monthly. But if you're only looking for long trades, obviously the tick model and market model are not conducive of any type of long trades right now. We do have a lot of zero DTE traders. We track a lot of zero DTE stuff as zero DTE has become kind of the buzz now also with them trading every day. So the zero DTE does have an effect a lot of days on how price acts or reacts. But yeah, we do daily, weekly, or monthly options also. Yeah, and we also have leveraged ETF traders also, myself included, so yeah. So Ron, are you, I guess, are you talking about just the delta column? Because we also split it out with the other columns also. Is that what you're asking? Okay, let me look. Let me see here. Okay, so what's showing on the PBI chart? So if you have the net delta, which is red, which is negative, yeah, no worries. Yeah, did you ask the question in the room too, or not? Yeah, so here, I think everybody should be able to see this. It might be a little fuzzy because, yeah, it may not be real clear. So here's our PBI charts for anybody that's watching and wants to, kind of understand what we have and what we do, and how we track the net gamma and net delta. So I think you're asking about the net delta, right? Okay. I think you're asking about the net delta, right? So you're looking at this as negative, right? So, the puts are outweighing the calls here. Okay, just can't zoom. Yeah. So that gives us net gex and net delta. Is that okay? Yeah. Right. So that's strictly what we're looking at in this point right here. That's why this net delta is negative on these strikes right here. So are you talking these green bars here, or just the total net gamma? Okay, well, I'm on SPY, so okay, I'm on SPY. I'll have to take a look at the 3700. Okay, yeah, we'll take it offline. I'll take a look at it, and maybe we can message back and forth, and I can understand exactly what you're asking. So. Okay. Anybody else have anything? All right. I think I will go ahead and close up here. You can check us out at GammaEdges.us. Free trial there. and you can do a trial, all the tools turned on, like I said, and then you can check everything out. If anybody has any questions, they can message us or comment. And again, like I said, this was our kind of our first run on this. Just wanted to get on here and do a quick overview and kind of see how everything looked, and make sure we'll be able to do this moving forward. We'll be able to include people that are not members, so we'll be able to answer questions, and I think it's going to expand the content and help everybody. So, all right, sounds good. Thank you everybody for joining. If anybody needs anything, you can message us here at GammaEdge, and go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button too, and you can set up your notifications. Next time we go live, you'll be notified, and then you can jump on the stream and interact with us and talk and ask questions. So, all right, everybody have a great night. Thanks, traders.